Welcome back to another video where I'm going to share with you all the passive income that I received for last month in terms of dividends, interest, and cashback. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Kai. I'm a former luxury hotel general manager turned financial YouTuber talking about all things money, personal finance, and investing. Now, I started this monthly series quite a while ago and I thought soon I have to stop because the interest starts coming down and then wouldn't be so interesting anymore because a lot of it comes from my interest income. And with the ECB recently starting a trend of lowering the rate, just today the Bank of England finally started lowering their interest rates by a tiny amount, 0.25%, but still it's a step into the right direction. Of course, we're still waiting for the US to start lowering the rates, which they haven't done in the last meeting, but potentially people say it might happen in September. Now, obviously, if you're saving money, then you don't like to see that because that means the interest rates will eventually come down for you, means you get less interest on your money, which is not that nice, right? But on the other hand, actually, the interest you get on your money is just an illusion to keep up with inflation. So you're not really growing your money, you're literally just hanging on to make sure it maintains. Because if you don't put it into a high yield interest account, you will actually lose your purchasing power to inflation. So by putting it to work, at least you maintain the level. Now, once the interest rates start coming down, there will be a lot of different impacts. I think really positive impacts, especially for investors, because basically all those people saving their money previously in the bank, they now don't get as much interest on the money, so they have to find other options. And often that means they invest the money into the stock market, into real estate, into cryptocurrency, different options, right? But that influx of money will usually drive up the prices. And as an investor, you will benefit. Without further ado, let's jump right in and I'll show you how much passive income I made in the last month. Now, starting off by looking at my dividends, which I track over here on GetQuinn. I have two brokers I currently use, which is Interactive Brokers and Trading 212. So the cool thing here is automatically GetQuinn pulls those two brokers together and I can see my aggregated portfolio over there. And yeah, I mean, my portfolio really shrunk down. I recently made a video where I sold even more dividend shares that I had previously and really consolidated most of it into my S&P 500 holding. And that's why you can also see how my dividends actually, if I go out over here to all time, started going down, because in the beginning it started going up. You can see over here from $50 to $164, $553, all the way to $1,289, which I'll be earning this year. However, for next year, actually that starts going down. And why is that? Because I actually sold a lot of my dividend paying stocks and they had some high percentages, some of them 6-7% dividend yield. So naturally now switching most of those into my S&P 500 holding, which has only around 1.3-1.4% dividend yield. Naturally, that amount does go down, but I decided for me, the total return is what matters, not just the dividend return. I made another video about this. You can check it out afterwards. The importance of looking at total returns versus just looking at dividend, which looks nice and you like to see that number going up, but more important is your overall portfolio growing. But still, if I go into 2024, you can see for last month, I actually had my record month ever since I started with dividends. I earned a staggering $215. So for me, honestly, that was really quite impressive and my highest ever dividend months, despite me already starting to sell out since quite a while out of quite a few positions. But yeah, overall, definitely really attractive. And why it is so high? Because obviously I also got my quarterly dividend from my S&P 500 holding over here, which is the SPDR over there, and they only pay every quarter. So naturally, you can see also in the coming month, it will be very little, and even some months, eventually no more dividends, because obviously those quarters I won't get a dividend. And ultimately people say, well, I want to get a monthly dividend, right? So even if you do invest in dividends, it doesn't really matter how often it's being paid out. Even an annual dividend can be great for you because ultimately it's a dividend percentage of your total holdings. So just because it's monthly doesn't mean it's more, it's just chopped up into smaller amounts. So instead of getting, let's say, 1,000 euros in dividends per month from a particular stock, it would just be, what is it, per month, 83 euros around that you would be getting on a monthly basis. So actually, the total is what matters, not the frequency. But of course, I understand that people like the feeling of getting paid monthly. I like that as well. But now I'll be fine with the quarterly payout over there. And then, of course, yeah, as I said, I still had some realty income because I sold it after the ex-dividend date. So I still got the dividend for last month, which was, $23 over here. I have Altria Group, a smoking group, which I was also still holding until then, where I got $61, which was, as I said, one of my higher dividend paying stocks. They paid around 8%. So yeah, really good. But overall, Altria smoking company, the total returns was just really underperforming the S&P 500. So I was not too happy with this anymore. And the second real estate investment trust, Vici, which I also just sold. I talked about this in my last video as well. They also pay me a quarterly dividend of $37. Now I won't be receiving this anymore since I sold the stock. But yeah, that was my last payout for July. Plus, of course, what I got from my S&P 500 holding. A lot of people think they don't get a dividend anymore if they invest into ETF, but actually you can even invest into a dividend ETF if you really like dividends, but you prefer investing into ETFs. You can do that as well. I just love the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in the US. And yeah, you can still see, I mean, almost together around $93. So really quite nice. I'm really happy with that. Right, with this, we jump over to my phone and I'll take you through the various apps that have paid me in interest for the last month. Kicking things off with Trading 212. And when I go into interest earned on cash, you can see last month I got 40 euros on my euro holding over there. You can see the amount I hold right now. And on my euros right now, I'm still earning 4.2%. So honestly, I think currently it's the highest amount you can earn on your euros anywhere I've seen, at least in Europe, and you can withdraw that anytime. So there's no lockup period. If I need the money right now, I can literally just withdraw it to my Revolut account or any bank account and start using it. So I really love it that there's no login period. So that's really important for me. And if I go into USD over here, I earned another $41 just on my USD holding because they pay me 5.1% interest. So really very attractive. And if you haven't signed up to Trading 212 yet, then you can use my link down in the description below. You'll be getting a free share valued up to 100 euros. Check it out and put your cash to good work. Then another app I've been using for a long time is Trade Republic, and they recently lowered their interest rates, unfortunately, because of the ECB lowering their rates as well. Previously, it used to be 4%, now it's 3.75%, but that's still very attractive. It's a German licensed bank. I'm really happy with them. I've been with them a long time, actually. You can see for the last month, I earned 73 euros and 80 cents in interest. So just by keeping my money there, despite the lower fee, obviously the amount is also slightly higher that I have over there. But yeah, really loving it. And once again, I can withdraw it anytime I wish. No lockup period. They pay it every single month on the first of the month. And recently also been really enjoying the Trade Republic card because here you can withdraw from any ATM worldwide without any fees, any amount over 100 euros. So whenever you draw 100 euros or more, there won't be any fees on it. So that's really attractive because even on my Revolut Ultra plan, I'm being charged, I believe, 2% on any amount over 2,000 euros. And most other banks charge you over 500 euros, already 2%. And that really starts adding up, especially if you need a lot of cash. Then yeah, this is really attractive. The next app I use for interest is Lightyear. And you can see over here, you can either keep your interest in the cash account over there, where you get currently 3% on your euros, or you put it into your savings account. And here you'll be getting 3.6% interest. But of course, that's fluctuating because it's technically held in a fund managed by BlackRock. So it's really safe. And yeah, I prefer that than just keeping it in a cash account. So slightly higher interest. It does fluctuate, as I said. But yeah, overall, it hovers around the 3.6, 3.7 range. And you can see last month, 24 euros just by keeping my money over there. So yeah, really happy with this. And the amazing thing is you can also buy ETFs completely commission free on the app, and I'll soon make a video about this, how I do it, how easy it is. It's probably one of the most user-friendly apps that I've been using, so I really love the overall app experience and platform. The next app or bank I use is actually Revolut. And I'm personally on the Revolut Ultra plan, and here you can see the benefits of that because I'll be earning now 5.35% on my US dollars. So actually I should be sending some of my dollars from Trading 212 into Revolut because it's slightly higher, but yeah, the difference is marginal. But yeah, if you really want to maximize your dollars, then that's a great place to store them. And on my euros, I get 3.75%, pretty much in line with Lightyear and Trade Republic. The only outlier currently is definitely still Trading 212. And you see over here, I'm being paid my interest every single day, which is really amazing. And in total for the last month, I earned another 19 euros and 48 cents. Just keeping my money over here. And yes, I really love the experience. I just click on withdraw over here and I can choose where I send it to with a click of a button. Boom, it will be in my account and I can start spending it with my card. So it's super, super seamless. So I really love the app for that. And I'm super happy that finally Revolut, after years of battling it, finally managed to secure a UK banking license, especially for you people watching from the UK. I think it's really powerful and just positions Revolut as a real serious player in the niche because previously, a lot of people had questions if my money is safe or not. That just further adds to their overall credibility. And another app that I use to get interest is actually my WIO personal account, which is my UAE-based bank account. I have the WIO business and WIO personal, as you can see. And last month, I actually earned 393 dirhams. It's around pretty much 100 euros. So just once again, by keeping my money over there, I get 5% interest on my dirhams. So really, really attractive. And it's basically kept in the bank. So super safe. And yeah, I just love WIO Bank. So if you're planning to go to the UAE, open a business over there, already living there, definitely check out WIO Bank. I tried a lot of other banks, but yeah, this is one of the nicest and more fintech friendly banks out there. And yeah, really loving the experience. And believe it or not, I have one more app that I use to earn interest. And that's not the classical interest that you would expect, either dollars or euros, but actually I'm using Nexo, which is a crypto exchange, to get interest on my crypto. So you can see over here, my holding, not that large, but still a little bit of money sitting over here. Majority of my funds, of course, are kept on my Ledger hardware wallet to really make sure it's safe over there. But some of the money I keep over here. When I click into my wallet, you see majority of it is actually in USDT, which is a US dollar stable coin. So it means basically it moves 1-to-1 with the US dollar, so it's really stable. And it's just, in a way, a digital version of it. And you can see currently I'm earning 13% interest on my USDT. So really attractive. Yes, I'm earning in Nexo tokens. So the more Nexo tokens I have, the more benefits I get also. And of course, later on, I could turn these Nexo tokens into either Bitcoin or more USDT. So yeah, that's just another kicker. It's up to you. I could also earn in USDT to not have any value fluctuations. Then it will be 2% less, still 11% interest. And you see here in terms of transactions and the interest I got every single day, it's being paid out to me on my Nexo itself. Plus on my USDT, you can see the holding over here. So every day around 1.44 cents in euros. So yeah, I mean, that really starts adding up as well. And in total, it came to 46 euros for the month. So this is also another source of interest. The more amount I will put over here, the more I would get. But of course, I don't want to put too much because of course you always have the platform risk that either the platform shuts down, it's unlikely, but it could happen, right? And of course, technically USDT might depeg and lose value. So it's again, unlikely, but that's why I don't want to put too much money over there. So a little bit to get some interest and I benefit from it, but I wouldn't go all in here and send all my other money on the other platforms in here just because of the higher interest. I like to diversify to really sleep peacefully at night, knowing that my money is safe. And last category is the cashback that I got in the last month. And usually that depends on where I live. If I live in Dubai, of course, I'll be using my Wio card and get more because that's the card I spend with. There I get 1% cashback on every transaction. With a credit card, it can be even up to 2%. Now I'm currently in Europe and here I use my Revolut Ultra card. In fact, I'm on the Ultra plan, but I actually use it with my Revolut Pro card. So you can see if I double click and pay, my default payment card is my Revolut Pro card. Here I get 1.2% cashback on pretty much every transaction. And you can see it starts adding up. I mean, lifetime cashback already 933 euros and last month alone 51 euros just by using my Pro card for most of the transactions I've been doing. And yeah, I mean, that alone pays for my Revolut Ultra plan, which is 45 euros per month. So basically, just by using the card, I earn more in cashback than I paid for the plan. And that means all those other benefits you can see over here, especially Financial Times, NordVPN, these are things I use on a daily basis. I really love them. And of course, the airport lounge access on top of it. So really amazing benefits that I get basically now free of charge, plus a little bit money on top. So for me, it really makes sense. But of course, I understand if you spend less, then maybe it's not that attractive. They recently started introducing ref points, which is also interesting. But as I do prefer fiat cashback, meaning actual money rather than points, for now, I will stick with a Pro card. Well, there you have it. Definitely quite a good month in terms of passive income. In total, it was 593 euros. So when I thought I'm going to stop the series because it may not be so attractive anymore, because of course, once I had higher amounts and starts getting down more and more every single month, it may not be so fun to watch anymore and get inspired, because of course, eventually it becomes more interesting to invest into other things and see that portfolio grow. So eventually, as the interest rates will start coming down, I will shift obviously from more cash into other investments and then feature that maybe on a monthly basis. But please let me know down in the comments below, would you like me to continue the series even though the interest might start coming down, and obviously also my dividends will become less. So I don't know if it's still going to be interesting. Otherwise, I can pivot towards more a portfolio general update. So yeah, interested to hear from you which way you want me to take this going forward. Next up, check out this video over here where I'm actually going to run you through why I sold out my last dividend shares and shifted all of that money into the ETF, the reasons behind it and why I did it, and hopefully it can inspire you a little bit on your own investment journey. As always, thanks a lot for watching, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!